Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my August favourites. I know it is a little bit late for that, but I just really wanted to film it because I have several things I really want to mention. I've got a few products here that are like dead favourites. I've got 2 or 3 products that are sort of in between, I haven't decided if I like, and I've got a few products that also have disappointed me. So if you are interested in finding out what products I like and hated for this month, then just keep watching. So I also wanted to apologise for no video being up last week, but as I said like on the Saturday before, I did have a broken foot and I was planning on filming last week's video on the Thursday morning, but it was a really bad day. Like, I was in a lot of pain all day and everything with my broken foot, so I was not able to film that at all. And I promise I'm not naked, I just got that. But yeah, I was in a lot of pain all day last Thursday, so that's why I was not able to film last week. And I was having a rough time for the first few days, but my foot's a lot better. Today's the first day where I have literally not used my crutches at all. They are over beside my bed, but I'm gonna take them out later because I honestly don't even need them. I do have a moon boot, so that's why I am walking. But yeah, I went back to TAFE yesterday and life is slowly returning to somewhat normal. Okay, so I'm going to actually start off with the products I did not like this month because I would like to end the video on a good note. So the first one is this short foundation brush. I did put this in a favorites and regrets video a couple of months ago, saying that it disappointed me. I really had only used it with my Estee Lauder foundation, so I decided to try it with several other foundations that I own, and I just don't like this. It's too dense. It makes me lose all the coverage of my foundation. It is super soft though, which is great. I can't even really use it for concealer because it just doesn't even blend the concealer out properly. It is just too dense. I thought it would be really great, particularly also for stick foundations. I've tried it on stick foundations and concealers and it still doesn't work. It makes me look like my skin is like really dry. It makes it, all my foundation just cling to my every single little like lump and bump and not even dry patches. It looks like you can see every single little cell on my face. It makes me lose the coverage of my foundation. I get streak marks. I just don't like this brush, so I'm going to actually get rid of it, like throw it in the bin, because I'm never going to use this for anything. The next product is the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder in Cool. Now, I have used this quite a bit. I am just going to use this on like days I'm staying at home and not actually going out. Like today, I used this powder today because I'm not actually going anywhere this afternoon. I love these types of tone correcting powders, so when e.l.f. has one, I decided to try it. Now, this is a really nice powder. It looks really smooth on my face. It does keep me matte for a while. It looks really nice. The only issue I have is it turns my foundation so orange. It's ridiculous. Doesn't matter what foundation I have on, every single foundation goes so orange when I use this, which is why I only used it today. You kind of can't even really tell that's why I'm deliberately sort of sitting away from the light, is because it's just ridiculous how much this makes my foundation orange. I use this with my Maybelline Matte and Poreless in 110, which is pretty much a perfect match for me, and this made it go so like orange. It's ridiculous. But if it wasn't for that, this would pretty much be my favorite powder, because it does make my face look really smooth and really like blurred out. And it doesn't emphasize pores, doesn't make my face look dry. It just makes my foundation go so orange. I have a concealer, and this is the Model Co concealer. I think it is the Instant Cover. I've got one in another one in my drawer. It's in the color light beige. I did buy this as a concealer for me to use more underneath my eyes when I am self-tanned, because all my concealers are excessively pale and they're too pale for me when I am tanned. Now, I don't have any self-tanner on at the moment. I'm just not going to apply any until my leg is better, because I just can't be bothered. But I did try this anyway couple of weeks ago. The day I broke my foot, I originally filmed a whole like first impression, and I was going to do like check in throughout the day, but like an hour after I actually filmed like me putting on the makeup, that's when I broke my foot. And I had been crying for hours, so I was not going to show you guys that video. But I just decided to go ahead and still use these. But this concealer has got literally no coverage. It is marketed as basically being the same thing as the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. It is supposed to be medium coverage, buildable, easy to blend, creaseless, stuff like that, but it just has no coverage whatsoever, and it is super messy packaging. But yeah, I was so disappointed, and normally I could get away with a lighter coverage concealer. It looked really smooth on my face and underneath my eyes. It just has no coverage. Underneath my eyes are absolutely horrible, particularly since I've broken my foot, because sleep is almost non-existent, so I cannot even attempt to use this right now. But yeah, it was marketed as being a medium to full coverage concealer, and it's not. It's probably one of the lightest coverage concealers I've ever used. It's either that, or it's either it is a bad concealer, or under my eyes are so bad that I literally can't even cover them with anything. And the last product I was slightly disappointed in is the Dermacol foundation. Now I am actually wearing this today. I mixed a tiny bit of 213 in with my NARS All Day Weightless Luminous foundation. This makes it slightly more yellow because that goes really pink once I set it. And it added more coverage. So I mixed a little. Mixing this in with foundations and stuff is amazing. I tried this for covering up my tattoo, and that is basically the only thing I don't like it for. Not that I need to cover up my tattoo, but if for some reason I absolutely had to, this is not going to pull it. This is not going to work. With the colors that I have, I cannot mix a color to match my skin tone. I have 213, which is basically very yellow, which is going to match me when I'm all self-tanned. On my face I can get away with it because I can use powders to fix it, but yeah, these just did not cover my tattoo, and even then when I tried to set it with powder, it just wouldn't work. I don't like using this on its own either because it just doesn't set. It's too waxy. Now I'm just going to go through the couple of products that I was slightly disappointed in. The first one is the Australis Matchmaker Light Drops. This is the Australis version of a white foundation. They also have a darker one as well, which eventually I may buy to mix in with my foundations when I'm self-tanned. But I bought this one because I was in need of this one before. So I have been mixing this in mainly with my Estee Lauder Double Wear. My other foundations I can get away with using them on their own, but if I want them to match perfectly, I have mixed this in with basically every foundation that I do own. And now my Estee Lauder Double Wear, I can put it on of a morning, say at 7 AM, and at 7 PM still looks just exactly how I applied it, except maybe the tiniest bit of oil on my nose. This makes me go so much more oily with that Estee Lauder foundation. I go oily on my chin, my nose, sometimes up here, and on my forehead. Now, it's not oily as in, like, my foundations come off or anything. I can still definitely go out. Not even really have to touch up or blot or anything, but it's just sort of disappointed me that this changes the formula of your foundation. And also when I use this, mainly because I think it's because I have to mix so much of this in with my Estee Lauder one at the moment. It just makes my face look really dry. It sort of highlights all the dry patches on my skin. Again, sort of like what this brush makes my foundation go, except obviously not as extreme as what this does. It just sort of highlights all the texture on my skin. So I'm not sure if it's because I used so much of this, but I'm on the fence about whether I like this. I like it because it makes my foundation match, and it does mix really well. It doesn't alter the coverage of my foundation, it just alters how it looks on my face. I have the Rimmel Color Precise Liquid Eyeliner in black. Now this is one I hauled ages ago. I bought two of these because they were on sale. But yeah, I bought this a couple of months ago, and it has a very long tip. As you guys know, the designer brand's Absolute is my all-time favorite, and this is what the tip on this one looks like. It's what I'm wearing now. It's easy to use, it stays on all day, it's very black. It's not overly shiny, but it's not matte either. I really like this and it lasts forever. It now comes in brown. So I decided to just try this because Rimmel was on half price one day and I thought, why not? The tip is slightly too long for me to be able to get a nice line because it's just too flimsy on the end. And I have to basically rub it between my hands like this before I use it on each eye, otherwise not enough product comes out. And this is not very black. Like this, I pretty much just draw on once, maybe go over it at the top of the line a little bit to make it sharper, but other than that, this is like a one use, like it's dark enough on the first use. This I had to go over like 2 or 3 times. So if you're someone who doesn't like super intense black liquid eyeliner, this is going to be great because it does last very well on my eyes. It doesn't crack or crease or fade off or anything like that. It's just the applicator is too long, it's too flimsy for me to use, and it's not excessively black. Other than that, I do really like it. I still think this one's better, but yeah. Because I have 2 of them, I am definitely going to use them, but I'm sort of on the fence about whether or not I like them enough to repurchase them. Now we're moving on to the products that I absolutely love, and these 2 products are sort of more food related than beauty. As you guys know, probably if you watch some of my other favorites videos, I'm really into drinking tea, and so I've been buying all the different flavors of teas. So I've got ginger and apple, and peppermint and spearmint. These are 2 that I have been trying out lately. The ginger and apple one is really nice. I have got ginger and lemon as well, but that one together is too acidic. It really upsets my reflux, so I have to have that on a day that I am like really good. And it's pretty much the combination of the lemon and ginger, because I can have the ginger in this and it's fine. So this is really nice. This one would be more one I would drink in the winter. You get like 10 little bags in here for like $2.80 or something. But yeah, this is really, really nice. It's really refreshing, but it's still like warming at the same time because it does have a tiny bit of cinnamon in it, I think. White hibiscus, rosehip, ginger, apple. No, it doesn't actually. It's got roasted chicory root. It almost tastes like it's got some cinnamon in it, like apple, cinnamon, and ginger. And then there's the peppermint and spearmint, which is just beautiful. I love normal peppermint tea. I've got chamomile and spearmint and peppermint and lime. Peppermint and lime, I probably won't repurchase those because it tastes a bit weird. But this one is, again, like just that extra step more refreshing. I love mint peppermint flavor, so these are amazing. What has this one got in it? This just has spearmint 66%, peppermint 28%, and then peppermint flavor 6%. Another product which I actually don't have right here with me, it's in my shower in my grandmother's, bathroom. I can't use our shower at the moment because ours is over the bath and I can't climb over the bath to have a shower because I have to sit down still. I can't just stand up leaning on my left leg for the whole time, so I have to sit down, and it's easier to sit in my grandmother's shower because we can't fit like a stool in ours. So I sit in hers and use it, so my shampoo's in there. But I tried a new shampoo and it is the Organic Care Dry Nourish. I will insert a photo right now. And it is like, that bottle is like $3.50 or something at my local supermarket. I decided to try it because it is organic, it's vegan, and it's cruelty free, and it's also got a huge list of all these chemicals that it doesn't have, and it said it was nourishing for the scalp and hair. Now, a lot of the products that I use for my scalp are either nourishing for your hair or for your scalp. They're not both. And I have noticed a huge difference in my hair and my scalp since I have been using that shampoo. They have a color treated one. They've got, I think, one for really oily hair. They've got a couple of other types, but I really like that one and I will continue to repurchase it. And for $3.50 a bottle, it's great. They got, for $5.60, they got a massive pump bottle. I don't know if I'll quite go like that. I think I'll keep buying the small ones because it a little bit does foam up a lot, considering it doesn't have like parabens, sulfates, or any sort of other chemicals in it. But it works really well. It does have sort of like a wheaty smell, but at the same time it's kind of sweet, and the smell has really grown on me. I've learnt to like it. It's not my favourite smelling shampoo, but it does smell really nice. My hair smells like it after I've used it, and I just really like it. It rinses out really well. Another product is the Pop Feel Flawless Foundation. I hate it when they put stickers over the label. I did a first impression on this, which I will link down below, which I really like this foundation. Don't mind how messy I make it. This is in colour 1. And it's slightly too light for me, which is okay. Once I add bronzer and everything, it's fine. But I really like this. It is more like that naturally flawless foundation. It's not super full coverage like Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's like you're naturally flawless. Like your skin tone's really even. It still covers up blemishes and stuff like that, but it's not going to be like heavy looking, if that makes sense. It looks like skin. It's got that real nice dewy look. And I really like it as just an everyday foundation. I think this was $5 total. The colour is perfect. It's yellow toned as well, which matches me very well. And it's in a glass bottle, and the pump is nice. The lid is secure. The only thing is with this, I can't lay it down in my foundation drawer. I have to stand it up because otherwise it is going to leak. I think that's just because I bought a dud pump. But it's the actual product I care about. Like, I have spots I can stand it up in, so I don't care about that. But I really like this, and it doesn't melt off my skin too quickly for me to not be able to wear it, if that makes sense. I wouldn't wear it to, say, a full day when I'm at college from like 9 till 4. But if I was going to go out for dinner or something and I'd be out for like 4 hours, it's perfectly fine for my skin. The Designer Brands Lash Extensions Extreme Volume and Length. I love the Designer Brands mascaras. I've tried the other one in the pink tube. Can't remember what it is, but I bought this one as well. They're not that expensive. I think they're like $9.95. This is the last waterproof mascara I ever bought, so this is still waterproof. It's in the colour Blackest Black, which I pretty much only use black mascara. Now this has got that very basic brush on it, but it just makes my eyelashes look amazing. It's sort of a drier formula, so it will clump up a little bit quicker. I'm not sure if it's because I've had it for so long, because I did have this for about 2 years before I tried it. I know, don't kill me. They only come in like a package like this with plastic around it, as instead of like the whole big cardboard sheet behind it, so it kind of got lost in my drawer. It hadn't been opened, but yeah, it is a dry formula, so if you don't like dry formulas, you won't like this. I don't curl my eyelashes, so I don't know if it holds a curl. Mine sort of go up and curly anyway. My eyeliner's a bit thick, but I've got both the Maybelline Mega Plush and this mascara on right now. I've only got the Designer Brands on my lower lashes. But if I'm wearing this like with just, say I just got very basic makeup on, as in foundation routine, eyebrows, mascara, and a lip colour, it just looks really nice. Like, my lashes look really voluminous and fluffy. This is basically what this used to look like on my lashes. But I really like this, and if they don't have the waterproof part of it, isn't even that waterproof. Like, okay, if someone dunks a bucket of water on my head, it's waterproof, because I cried and cried and cried my eyes out. I was wearing this the day I broke my foot, only this mascara, and it stayed on. Like, perfect. It didn't melt. My eyeliner ran, my foundation ran, everything, my eyeshadow smudged, but my mascara stayed on. I have a blush, and it is by Rimmel, and it is called the Lasting Finish Soft Colour Blush in Pink Rose, number 20. Now, there are times where I go shopping and like Rimmel's half price, and I really like Rimmel. Apart from the Stay Matte range, I hadn't really tried anything else face products from Rimmel, and I saw this blush and now it just looks like the most boring basic color. Honestly, I reckon it would be almost like a face powder on some people. It's like very almost nude peachy color. It's got a bit of shimmer in it, and I honestly bought it to try a new blush because I hadn't bought any new blushes in ages, and it was like $4 because Rimmel was half price. This is going to be my new go-to blush. I'm keeping this in my makeup bag. I'm not wearing it today, I have a MAC one on, but this is my new favorite blush. It is beautiful. Yes, it's got shimmer in it, and looking in the pan, it looks like it might be a bit chunky and glittery, but when you put it on your face, it's just the most smooth, like glowy, not glittery, a glowy look on your face. And it's just one of those colours that goes with everything. It's sort of like, when you look at it, you're like, are they wearing bronzer and like bronzer as blush, or do they have blush on as well, sort of thing. It just looks really nice, gives a healthy glow to the skin, doesn't emphasize texture or pores. The fact it is such a small compact as well is making it my new travel blush, because that means I can fit more in my bag. This is just a really, really nice blush. I think that is on the bit more expensive end. There's a Becca highlighter. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed, I only buy the pressed ones, in Pearl. You guys know I love my white highlights. I've got Champagne Pop on this from Becca, and you guys know I love my white highlights. I've got Anastasia, I've got a Jeffree Star, I was obsessed with that Aldi highlighter, the white one. I've got that at my dad's. I love it. So it's no joke that it's not a surprise I bought this. I love it, obviously. I love the packaging from Becca. They are so nice quality, really like it. I really like mixing this in with Champagne Pop because they are the same formula. It just looks really glowy on the skin, really beautiful, and it's white, so I can just use it when I'm really fair, and it's lovely also for like an eyeshadow on your lid and under your brow and everything. So I really like this. I am so glad I bought it. I'll go with my other highlighter because then I've got two powders. The other highlighter is what I'm wearing right now, and I do like this slightly better than the Becca one, but it's the Berry Luminizer. I have been wanting to buy this for about 4 years, and I finally went ahead and bought it, and I am so glad I did. This is my new favorite highlighter. I have literally not stopped using it. You can see how much I have used it. I use this all the time. It is amazing. I've got it on my cheekbones, I've got it on my cupid's bow, the end of my nose, my inner corner, and under my brow. I'm probably not in the right light for you to be able to see it, but this is not a chunky, glittery highlight. This is one that just makes you look like glowy from within. It's not chunky. It doesn't emphasize the texture on my face. It just makes you look healthy. It's one of those wet, it's not even super intense wet look. It just is really glowy and beautiful. This is in my everyday makeup bag because it's just such a beautiful highlight. And I absolutely love it. The colour is pale enough I can wear it when I'm really fair. As long as I don't completely stack the colour on, it's fine. And I've also used this as like a blush topper I did the other day, and it looked beautiful. And yeah, I'm really glad I bought this. I have been wanting it for years, and it was one of those like really satisfactory moments when I realized I liked it, because I have been wanting it for years, and I would have been so disappointed with it if I had ended up hating it. I have two pressed powders. The first one is the one I'm actually wearing on my face right now. It is the Australis Ready Set Go Pressed Finishing Powder. If you guys watched me from years ago, you know that I was obsessed with the loose version of this. And then once I got away from using loose powders, I stopped using it, obviously, and forgot about it. And then a couple of months ago, Australis was releasing this in pressed version, and I was so happy because I don't like loose powders that much. I do have them, but I just prefer pressed. So when they were releasing my favorite powder in a pressed form, I went nuts. So I bought one to try to see if I prefer this over the Fresh and Flawless. Now, I like them both equally, really. The Fresh and Flawless adds coverage. When I wore this, like every time I've worn this about 4 times now. Every time I've worn it, I haven't worn it long enough to see how well it keeps me matte, because it is marketed as a more mattifying powder, oil controlling. So I haven't actually tested that fully yet. I've only had my makeup on for about 2 hours at the moment. But it does make my face look super smooth, blurs my pores out. The only problem is it's not pressed that hard. So when I just press my big flat elf brush in, it does pick up a lot of powder. So I often find my face is very powdery, so I will put a setting spray over the top. But other than that, it's really nice. I like it for underneath my eyes as well. Yeah, if I'm wearing a coloured powder on my face, I will use this underneath my eyes. The other powder I absolutely love is the Model Co. Invisible Matte. Now this is obviously skin toned powder. This is not excessive matte. This is not going to be a heavy, thick matte powder that you guys absolutely hate. Mind you, I like that. It says it controls shine with a weightless sheer coverage. Now, yes, this is skin tone color, but it's not going to add a huge amount of coverage to your skin. So if you're someone who needs excessive coverage, this is not going to do it. But it looks so nice on my skin. I do prefer this powder over the Australis one, but this just looks so nice. If you look at it in the pan in the light, you can almost see it is not 100% matte. It does have a very, very slight sheen to it, but it just looks beautiful on the skin. It just makes all the texture that I have on my chin, it just blurs it out. Underneath my eyes, it looks nice. I don't like it too much for underneath my eyes because it is too heavy for me under there, but it does look nice. It does keep me relatively matte as well. I love actually using this powder over the top of like a lighter coverage foundation as well, because it keeps me matte, keeps my foundation in place, but it's not like super heavy coverage. Okay, I am nearly done, guys. I've got some lip products. So I've got 2 lip glosses. The first one I've had for ages. It's the Colour Institute Clear Lip Gloss, although it looks sort of pink right now because I used it on top of a red lipstick and forgot to wipe it off before I put it in here. But this is just a basic clear lip gloss. I've got a little bit of it on my lips right now. I bought this in a set at Aldi. I bought a set, it came with a clear lip gloss and 4 lip crayons. And then I didn't realise that my mum had bought me the same thing for Christmas. So I have this exact lip gloss here and at my dad's. And I have been using them both so much lately. I don't know what's happened, but I have been obsessed with clear lip gloss. Not on my lips on its own, but on top of other products. So normally if I'm wearing, say, a nude lipstick, I'll put a nude gloss over the top. But lately I've been enjoying the real glossy look of a clear, and I like it. This is a good formula. It's really smooth and buttery, but it's not sticky and gloopy. It's really nice, actually. The other gloss I like was a new one this month, and I'm really surprised I did like it because it's only $2. It's the OXX lip gloss. This is from Kmart. Now this was only $2. This is in the colour, I think it's called Barely There. They don't keep it on the packaging. Now this actually really reminds me of the NYX butter glosses, like the regular butter gloss, not the intense, but they're not as, this is not as intensely pigmented. It's still very pigmented, just not as intense as that. And it even smells like the NYX ones, like slightly vanilla-y butterscotch, but this has got slightly more like chemical scent in with it. But I really like this. The colour is beautiful. It's more, it doesn't look like it in the tube, but when it's on my lips, it's more of a real pinky nude compared to what my NYX one that I love is more of that yellowy neutral tone nude. So this is slightly more pink than what I'm used to, but I really like it. Again, it's really smooth and buttery. It's got enough pigment to it that it looks nice on its own. And I'm really glad I bought this. I'm actually going to buy the other colours in these because they're really good. And it has a nice long applicator on it as well, which means you can get right up in your cupid's bow. If I was wearing this on its own or over the top of a lip liner, I can really define my lips with it. And it does last quite a while on my lips as well. Once it dries down, the colour remains there. And I really like it. The only problem is the packaging has cracked a little bit there. But it does even look nice. It just looks nice as well. So I really like this. I highly recommend these, guys. Go to Kmart and buy them. They're $2 each. You guys know I bought the NYX what are they called? Liquid Suede Vault. I have a lip swatch video on that. I will link it down below. One day, several months down the line, I'm planning on doing a lip swatch on these as well. Again, comparing them on my skin tone when I'm fair and when I'm tanned. So that is going to be a video that might be several weeks in progress. But I'm going to do like, now I've got my computer back, I'm going to do like a more formal lip swatch video on that. So keep your eyes out for that. But I love the formula of these. I am wearing one right now. I'm wearing the colour Vintage, just with that clear lip gloss over the top. And it's really nice. This colour does wear off on the inside of my lips a lot as I talk. But I like this colour. This one is slightly more patchy on the inside of my lips, but these type of colours usually are. I think they're so cute for travelling. They're really good. But I love the formula of these. They're not too matte, but they're not sticky. They're really, really nice. So I have the full lip swatch video on those, so I will link that video down below as well. But these are my favourite colours. So there's Sandstorm. This is just the lightest nude in the collection. If I was going to, say, adapt these colours to my skin tone, to make this my perfect nude, I would make it a little bit lighter. So I don't wear this like every single day. It's slightly too dark for what I like on an every single day basis. But this is my most used one. The next colour is called Soft Spoken, and this is my second used. I really did not think I was going to like this colour because I don't like rosy colours like this at all, but this is what this again obviously is one of my favourites. It's really smooth, it's really, really nice. I love this colour. I was wearing it the other day and I got so many compliments from so many people. Obviously the colour Vintage, I'm wearing it right now. I really like it. I find it really actually matches my hair. It has that real purple red undertone. I have the colour Life's a Beach, which is like a bright pinky peach colour. I actually really like putting a tiny bit of this gloss over the top to tone it down a little bit, and it actually looks really good. So I love peachy pink colours. You guys know I love apricot, peach, pink, as you can see by my nails. Subversive Socialite. Now this is just like a real dark purple. You guys know, again, I love purple, and the second I put this colour on, I was like, yep, this is me. I love this colour. I love purple. Foiled Again, which is just the bright orange. This is just more like because it's fun and I think it looks really cool. I don't know if it really suits me, but I like this one. And the last colour is Jet Set, which is actually the blue. I wore this in my empties video. I am not a person who... I think the fact that my mum discourages me from wearing bright colours, that's why I'm sort of not against but wary of bright colours. So when I put this on, I actually really like it. This is the blue. I'm wearing it in my empties video. That will be linked down below as well. And it surprised me how much I think I actually like it. I look at the still shots from that video all the time, and I think I love this colour. If I had to choose a bright colour to wear out for a party, I wouldn't even choose the purple. I would probably choose this. So yeah, those are my favourite colours. If you want to see the swatches on that, go watch the video. I am going to go clean up this mess right now, go finish more college work, and yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Please subscribe. I upload every Thursday Australian time. I do usually click the upload button at about 9 o'clock. But the average rate of my video uploading depends on the length, so it just takes it's really quick. So yeah, because that's usually like Thursday morning, still late Friday for Wednesday night, Wednesday morning for some people, whatever. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye. What is all over my desk? I have all this black stuff on my desk. I don't even know where it's come from. This, I haven't been wearing this, I don't...